Welcome to your full body yoga class for strength, stretching, restoration, and peace for emotional imbalance. No thanks to lockdown with Delta variant, we're all emotionally exhausted. With ourselves, probably with each other. This yoga class will help release tension and restore strength and grounding within ourselves. Take each posture with each breath. Increase or decrease a pose varying on your level. Whenever you're ready, grab your mat, your water, and let's begin. Alright my friends, beginning by standing at the front of our mats in mountain pose to kickstart off this flow. Grounded to the feet, hands facing to the front of the mat, eyes closed for internal awareness or open and embracing your environment. Nice easy deep breaths. From here, raising your hands up to the sky, connecting fingers, simultaneously reaching up onto your toes. Might take a minute for your heels to get the memo, but once you're up, reach, stretch, and continue lengthening. Now sinking down into your chair pose and rising back up onto your toes. Down into your chair and up onto your toes. Coming down, we work our thighs. Reaching back up, we work our calves. Try to keep a space between your hands as though you're holding a beach ball. From here, coming into your forward fold, hinging from the hips, keeping a micro bend in the knees if need be. And if the ground is far away from you, you can absolutely use props. From here, walking out our forward fold, still making sure that you're folding from the hips. We're going to be doing a lot of strengthening through our lunges throughout this flow, so it's a good idea that we pre-warm up and stretch out our muscles in advance. Now from here, left leg bends, right leg stays straight, left arm down, right arm up, and switch out. Right leg bends, left leg straight, right arm down, left arm up. As we bend our opposite leg, our other opposite leg stays straight, and we get a much more deep, intensified stretch. I'm actually leaning closer towards my bent leg to encourage a deeper stretch in the straight leg. Now coming back into our forward fold. Still hinging from the hips, and still keep a micro bend if you need to, and continue using props if you need to. Now grabbing opposite elbows and swaying side to side in our ragdoll. Halfway lift up, and step back into your first downward dog. Adjust accordingly, we're going to be here for about 3 breaths. And now walking out your downward dog. This particular stretch definitely helps to target the calf muscles most, but you may feel it in your thighs and or your back. Now coming into spinal rolls. Coming through to your plank and back up to downward dog. Back through to your plank and back to downward dog. And to plank and then chaturanga, however you see fit with your chaturangas. Coming up into upward facing dog, just for a breath. And right back up to downward facing dog. From here, lifting up your right leg, straight as you can, bonus points for as high as you can. Bending your right knee and circulating your leg, just to loosen up the hip joints. Straightening back through your right leg and stepping forward into your lunge. Adjusting accordingly, sinking nice and deep for a brief moment to stretch out our upper thigh, and then coming into our warrior 2. A nice deep bend in the knees, but deeper as you can manage, and as sinking as low as you can manage into your hips. Now coming back into peaceful warrior, left arm to left leg, and then coming into your side angle, right elbow reaches for right knee, left arm reaches up and overhead. Returning back to your peaceful warrior. And all the way down to your side angle, reaching your right arm down to the ground. Keeping as deep as a bend in the leg as you can, your right leg. Now straightening through your right leg to Trikonasana, triangle pose, keeping your left hand as high as you can. You can absolutely stay at the ground or ahead of you or up to the sky, rebending in through the right leg. You can also bind here if you're able to bind, if it's within your practice. Otherwise, just hold this extended side angle. Re-straightening through your right leg back to Trikonasana. And rebending through your right leg, simultaneously windmilling your arms to a twisted warrior. So your right arm is back, your left arm is forward, your right knee is bent, your left leg is straight, or as straight as you can manage. Twisting from the belly. And now right arm, left thigh, left arm reaches all the way up. Right leg stays bent, left leg stays straight. And now bringing your left arm all the way down, your right arm reaches. So now we're in a twisted lunge, a twisted grounded lunge. And now dipping your left hip to the ground, lowering your arm with it, rising back up and reaching your arm up and overhead. I actually decided to relax my left foot to cut my leg some slack. But otherwise I'm still lifting up and then coming back down. Lifting up, arm up overhead, and coming back down. Coming back into your lunge, however you see fit to get into your lunge. And then coming all the way back into your plank position. Holding plank for a brief moment. And then chaturanga. Coming up into your upward facing dog. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. You're going to repeat that cycle on the other side. Left leg reaches. Straight as you can, bonus points for as high as you can. Left leg bends, circulate out your hip. Straighten through and kick through to your lunge, however you see fit to getting into your lunge. Sinking just for a moment to stretch out your thigh. And then coming up into your left side, warrior 2. Making sure to keep a nice bend in your left knee, sinking low with the hips. Your left arm is forward, your right arm is back. Now sinking back into your left side, peaceful warrior. Left arm up and overhead, right arm to right leg. Leaning forward now so that your left elbow, left knee, right arm overhead. Back to peaceful warrior. And coming back into extended side lunge. Your left arm, hand reaches for the ground, keeping a nice bend in the left knee. Your right arm reaches up to the sky. Straightening through your left leg to your Trikonasana. Rebending through the left leg, keeping your right arm up to the sky as much as you can. If it does get weary, just place your hand on your hip. Once again, keeping your gaze down to the ground ahead or up to the sky, wherever you see fit. Re-straighten through your left leg. Re-bend through your left leg, simultaneously reaching your arms in windmill. So your left arm comes back, your right arm is forward. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Now reaching back into your twisted warrior. Your left arm reaches to the back of your right thigh, right arm up and overhead. Left knee still stays bent. Coming down into your twisted lunge. So your right arm is down to the ground, your left arm is up and overhead, or just up to the sky. And now sinking your right hip down, loosening up your right foot if you choose to, and then rising back up so that your arm comes back down and then up and overhead when you lift up. Coming on down, then rising back up. Coming down, rising back up, coming back down, and up one more time and adjusting yourself into your lunge for a brief moment. Fitting yourself back into your plank. Holding a plank for a breath. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And coming back into your downward facing dog. Holding for a brief moment. And take 2 steps forward just to enclose the space if you choose to, reaching your left arm to your right thigh muscle. You can grab for your thigh if the calf muscle is out of reach. And now switching sides, your right arm to your left thigh or calf. And back to downward facing dog to a regular width. And now spinal rolls again, adjusting your feet backwards if you needed to. Coming to downward facing dog, rolling through into your plank. Downward facing dog, and through to your plank. From here we're actually doing plank switches, anchoring yourself to one side and then to the other. Don't really worry about what your waist is doing, it doesn't matter if your waist is high or low. Or it doesn't matter what your feet are doing either, just as long as you're rotating from side to side. And now back to plank, holding for one more breath. Now stepping forward however you see fit, so running thing to our Malasana, our yogi squat. So adjusting yourself accordingly and then pressing your elbows into your knees and bring your hands into prayer hands. Or just palms together if you're not a prayer type person. We're just staying here for at least 5 or so breaths. Now if you need to support yourself first, otherwise launch yourself back and roll back and forth like a little ball. And now from here, gripping onto your knees, or you can completely wrap up your arms around your knees and rocking side to side. It's going to help massage our sacrum area, the lowest part of our back. And now some knee circles, whichever direction you choose to go in. And now we're straightening out and shifting our body weight off to a side and bring our left knee across the mat. And our left arm is staying away from us, looking over our left shoulder, while our right arm presses our left knee down. So getting a nice spinal twist out of this. And that's where we really start to power down and tone down from the heavier side of our workouts, from our flow. Now bringing our left leg up to us. Quite the bend in our leg to begin with. Connect your fingers and then rotate your leg so that it's nice and straight, or straight as it can get. So that way we're stretching out our legs. Again, it's just to help stretch out from the heavy, intense lunges that we were doing. From here, gripping the outside or inside of your foot, and we're coming into like an outward stretch for our inner thighs. Don't really worry about what your right leg is doing, how far bent it is, or how straight it is. Just breathe your way as your left leg sinks closer and closer to the ground. Now bringing your left leg back to center and doing a spinal twist onto the right side. So bring your right leg across yourself. Your left arm is anchoring down your leg. Your right arm is away from you. You're looking over your right shoulder. Breathing deeply. Allowing your body to really relax. Allowing your heart rate to slow down. Lord knows you probably even broke out a sweat. And now we're gripping onto our right leg, interlocking fingers and then straightening through the leg. Try to get your leg as straight as you can, but don't fret if you still have quite the bend in your knee like I do. And really don't worry about what your left leg is doing. Now reaching for our inside or outside of our foot and sinking our right leg over to the right side of our body. I'm actually also using my left arm now as like an anchor to keep myself centered, and I did that with the other side as well. Bring your right leg back to center, and now we're getting into everybody's favorite position of all time, Shavasana, corpse pose. Just gonna hang out here for at least 2 minutes. So breathing in nice and deep, and depending on where you're laying other than on your mat, if you're outside, wherever you are outside, allow your hands to flop outside of your mat so that you're connecting back with the ground, connecting with the nature that's beneath you, literally beneath you. Breathing in nice and deep as you like, to really slow down your heart rate. Feeling the breath up through your nose, through your chest, diaphragm / ribs area, and into the pit of your stomach. And you can do a 3-part breath, breathing in through the chest, ribs, and the stomach, then exhaling stomach, ribs, and chest. But if you just like to breathe regularly, by all means, breathe however you see fit, deep or casual. You can absolutely do deep ocean breaths, or just breathe regularly. Breathe as though you just started this flow. Breathe and melt into the ground. Allow your whole entire body to relax. Nothing in your body is clenching. No muscles are tense anymore. And now rolling over onto your side whenever you're ready, however you see fit, still a running theme. Now you're going to sit on up slowly as you like, coming into a cross-legged easy seated pose, whatever is comfiest for you. Reaching your hands to your thighs, to your knees. Your hands can absolutely be in Ali Mudra, meaning your index and thumb are connected but the rest of your fingers are rather relaxed. Keeping your eyes closed. And breathing in even softer. And now reaching your arms all the way up, nice deep breath. And bring your hands to prayer, or just palms together if you're still not a prayer hands type person. Reaching back up to the sky. Hands to prayer. One more time, reaching up. Hands together. Thank you all so much for flowing or just watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this flow or if it intrigued you. Thank you so much for joining me on this mat. I really do hope you enjoyed this flow or just enjoyed the view of it at least. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you all for the rest of my classes. By so many definitions, classes. Bye guys. Namaste.